Okay guys, I've been wanting to do an update to the shop for a while now, and what I wanted to do was get some LED strips that I could put under my cabinets. So, I'm gonna run it here, then I'll run a strip under these two cabinets, so I'll have this whole, all of the Gladiator cabinets will have this strip. I'm just gonna run one strand. I don't need two because I'm not using this as to really light up the whole bench. But what I ended up getting was a waterproof 50/50 tricolor LED strip. So it goes red, green, blue, and white. I really just wanted to get the white LED strips, but honestly, it was only another $2 for the color. So I was like, well, hell, I'll do the cheap upgrade and get the multicolor. So with these LED strips, you can actually dim them, like you can see here, or you can turn them up. So they've got they can dim, and they also can change color. Like I said, you got your various colors. White is pretty good. And then they've got these like crazy modes. So it fades, it strobes, and then it changes color all at the same time. And you can change it to various settings. So this is kind of a strobe that's strobing between the colors. This is jump 7, so that's strobing, doing the 2, 3 different colors, whatever. Then you got the fade, which just dims and brights the same color, and then it changes color. So that's why it's going, instead of doing like a strobe effect and give you a seizure, it'll give you various colors. And then fade 7 is the longest. And you can change the settings. You can add more red, add more green, add more blue. You can make it go quicker. You can make it so you can slow it way down. So this is fade 7, slow it all the way down. Then you can speed it up. Then if you just hit flash, it's strobing white. Then you just hit auto. Auto is it'll strobe, it'll do the fade, and do the color change at the same time. So that's just kind of showing you all the features. Oh, and these strips come with I bought the controller. These strips ended up being like $14 a piece. I want to say the strip, the white strip was like $12. So I got the waterproof tricolor for another $2. Ended up being like $14. I got 2 of these strips. As you can see, I've already ran some of the wires for the lighting underneath the cabinets over by the Corvette. That strip's actually done. Can film that later, but I just wanted to show you the basics of this kit. And I know the Fab Forum, Kyle, he just actually bought some of these similar strips, and I was like, and I already had mine installed, so I'm not following him. I already had this planned, but I just thought it was kind of funny that I subscribed to him, and he just posted putting these similar lights in his boat. But putting mine in the shop, really just want it for under the cabinet lighting, like I said. And how you install these is you have your power supply. It goes to your standard 110 volt plug in the wall. You run that to your power supply. The power supply then runs up to the adapter box, and this adapter box has a remote control. It has an infrared signal in it, so you need to have this little sensor like hanging down behind the cabinet, and then it plugs into the strip itself. So the strip, what you can do is you can actually cut them to length, and then you get these adapters. And these adapters, I got 10 of these adapters for like $4 on eBay, which is funny because the seller I bought them from bought them on eBay, but they came from Amazon. So I got, yeah, 10 of these. I think it was $4, and this will allow you to cut the strips to the length that you need, and then you can use these wires to connect to the next section. And you basically just peel back this plug, you take your next strip section, you cut. See, this has a molded, like this has like a molded, kind of hard to see. So this has a molded like cover on it, so it's not exposed. And what you have to do is you have to like cut the wire, and then you have to expose the copper ends right here. And to do that, I cut where it says where the cut mark is, and then I grabbed a pocket knife, and I just peeled back this protective coating up until where the copper stops. And I made sure not to screw up the contacts. You know, I just cut it, and it came off pretty easily. Now, I got these for, like I said, for like $24, maybe it was $27. Oh, and I had a coupon. Yeah, there was like, if you buy 2 of these, you get $2 off. So yeah, this was like $27, free shipping. The lights took like 10 days to get off the internet, but these adapters, I literally got these in like 2 days. So I don't know, I guess the seller just sold, you know, has auctions up, has a Prime account. You know, it's probably an international seller, has a Prime account for Amazon US, and then shipped it to me as a gift. So it's kind of weird how some retailers do that. But anyway, like I said, so is that orange or red? Looking kind of red. But anyway, the install for these is pretty simple. All you have to do is peel back the adhesive backed part, stick it to the bottom of the cabinet, and then for what I'm going to do is I have these adapters. I'm going to use these adapters to make up the distance between the strip and underneath the cabinet, because I really don't want like the strip going up the cabinet back down. So I will say one thing that I've noticed, since I've already used probably 6 feet of this on the Corvette side, I will say that the adhesive backing on this really sucks. Like it peeled, it doesn't stick. So what I ended up doing was I actually just took painter's tape and taped the lights to the cabinet like every 12 inches or so. And for this application on this side of the garage, I'm actually going to use shipping tape, which is clear. The painter's tape's that, you know, blue 3M stuff, painter's tape. So the clear should stick to the bottom of the cabinet and be fine. Yeah, there's a little bit of heat here, but this, I don't think it's gonna cause any issues, but just be aware that the adhesive kind of sucks. Okay guys, as you can see, I'm mocking up the LED strip. This isn't where it's gonna be mounted. It's obviously just for mock-up on the very front, you know, just for ease. It's gonna end up being back here in the back. Now, for this corner right here, I could either cut before or I could cut after the bend. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it before and run that pigtail to connect from here to the next piece under here. Because as you can see, it'd be a 90-degree up, and then I have to go up and around and then mount under here. So not wanting to mess around with that, I'm just going to cut it here, and then I could run that pigtail up behind the cabinet and up into here, do another section. So let's cut it here. Make sure your cut is straight. And like I said, I'm going to have to peel back this waterproof coating. Now I will say this, I will admit, I did just ruin this 4-inch section of the strip because I had my clippers the wrong way. I thought they were straight, but they were angled. So I did cut all the contacts off there, which, you know, that's no big deal. I've got over like 32 feet and I've got maybe 10, 15 more feet to go, so I'm good. But you know, if you screw up, oh well, you know, the next contact section right here is cut it straight, and I'll just lose that 4 inches. So the next thing I need to do is strip that end. I'm gonna pull this off. And to strip this end, you really need to use a razor blade, because if you try to use scissors, it's just not gonna cut it. So, and cut this on something you don't care about. So I've got plenty of wood over here from I use this floor jacks and various other stuff, but anyway. So line your strip up, get your knife and cut. Cut the strip off. So cut it like every 1/4 inch. You should be able to peel this off. But anyway, you get the picture. Use your knife to peel off this outer layer. As you can see, I peeled back probably a good 1/4 inch of that protective plastic covering off. Kind of a pain in the ass to get off, but basically you get to get this completely flat, because these little tabs that the circuit board has to slide under, and that has to eventually go into the connector itself. So that's why you needed to peel back as much as that possible. Now, it's slid back, the pins are on top of the copper connectors, and then simply close it. Might need to slide it back a little bit. All right, there you go. Now, should be able to connect another strip to this strip, and then you'll be good to go. Okay guys, here is a halfway done shot of this side. I still need to run wire for under the cabinet next to the TV, but this is halfway done. You'll get the point. I don't really need to go into a further explanation, but I actually found out that this controller, the green isn't working. It just turns it off, so I'm not really sure, but red, green not working, blue is working. Then this is supposed to be white, but since the green isn't working, it's coming up kind of purplish. So, but yeah, you press yellow, it goes to red. So this is auto mode. It's flashing, fading, strobing a little bit. If you do the fade 3, it's got your red, blue, should be green in there, but it's just not working. So anyway, it's kind of the idea. I really wanted white. That's supposed to be white, but I'm going to contact the seller and point out the fact that the green isn't working. Coming over here to the Corvette, this is the side that I did first. And that's the white. It's almost kind of turquoise, but it's the white, blue, green, and your red. And I think it looks pretty good. And like I said, you could turn the dim it down, you can turn it up. Okay guys, here is the main bay finished, except for the 30-inch box to the left of the TV in the corner. I need to get a separate power supply for that, or I need to take one of those butt connectors, cut it in half, run wires up behind the TV, and solder it into this main connection. I just don't know how that would work out, you know, soldering on the line and or doing it. I'd have to do 4 of those T-junctions and it would just get messy. So I may just end up ordering a separate power supply and see what that's going to cost. Because You can use one remote for all these universal supplier power packs. Use the same remote. So this is what the main bay is going to look like with all of the LEDs with the main strip, and this is what the third bay is going to look like. I'm not really going to do any more LEDs in here. Don't really need them. I need to put some more tape because I can see it hanging down a little bit, because like I said, the adhesive sucks, but I need more tape on that side. But this side I used shipping tape. I'm not anticipating that falling off because I used a good amount of it. But so this is what the main bay is going to look like. This is what the third bay is going to look like. Now this side's working just fine with the red, green, blue. This side, like I said earlier, the green isn't working, so we'll just use blue for the demo. And that's what this LED project is going to end up looking like. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope this gives you an idea of how to accessorize your garage a little bit. Thanks. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.